The season is coming. You might be happy about it, you might dread it, but if you are older, you have mobility issues, you have health issues, you're in a wheelchair like me, and you just don't think you can get out of the house to do your shopping for Christmas, it can be a real drag, and it doesn't have to be. Christmas should be a time of joy, of family, of hot chocolate and sitting around the Christmas tree, warm fires, being with people you love. But you know, it's not always that way for everyone. Hi, I'm Denise and welcome to Travels in My Chair. Today I'm going to talk about the realities of the holiday season when you just don't have the energy or the mobility to deal with it the way you used to when you were perhaps 30. I used to love shopping. My girlfriends and I think that was one thing we had in common, you know. We used to love shopping. Some of them still do. Once I was pretty much stuck in a wheelchair all the time. It got to the point where shopping had to be planned. It had to be planned very carefully because I wasn't driving. I had to rely on someone to drive me. And if it was my husband, Alan, then I knew that shopping was going to be a drag because he does not like shopping unless it's for groceries. Or if it was with my girlfriends, they had to be healthy enough and strong enough to push the chair. When I got into the store, everything in my vision was here, and everything in the store was high or low. And do you think you could get anyone to help? Store clerks, like you don't exist once you're in a wheelchair, honestly. And if you don't think that's real, try being in a wheelchair for a while and see how you get ignored. I'd be like this, with my head up in the air, trying to look at things that were out of my eye level, and within a few minutes I could feel a headache coming and my neck would be sore, and all I want to do is get out of that store. It became worse as I got older, and when my cancer came back, because my energy level just really dipped. And I realized probably when COVID started that things had to change. The things that I was used to in my life, and I think a lot of you would probably say that too, had to change. There was in 2020, we were not allowed to have people in the house except for one little circle of family. They recommended no get-togethers for Christmas, so we sat out on our front porch in the cold and pouring rain, drinking hot chocolate and eating Alan's baking, and that was Christmas. But what I realized came with no pressure. We were decorated minimally. We didn't do a big Christmas dinner that year. I didn't have my all-girl Christmas party, which usually was 12 or 13 of my favorite people gathered around and eating and laughing, and that didn't happen. So in a way it was dealing with the last time you have a big crowd of people together, the last time you go to a big concert where there's a lot of people, or the last time I was walking, or the last time I felt comfortable in a crowded store. And that year for me was filled with a lot of lasts. The last time this would happen, when my grandson was born, the last little baby of grandchild that I would be holding, there would be no more, and it was very poignant for me. Now we have to deal with the holiday season, Christmas. I really love Christmas, I do. I love bringing out all my old ornaments and decorating. Well, I don't decorate, the grandkids decorate because I can't reach the top branches. For the longest time when they were little, all the decorations were all at the bottom of the tree. Do you remember those times? They're getting a little bit better now because they're getting a bit taller, you know. My Christmas houses. And I have 2 red sleighs from the 50s that, you know, are very dear to me. And those are the things that get hauled out at Christmas and you kind of remember and go, wow, this is great. The holiday season. The last couple of years, it's been difficult for me, and I'll be honest. I feel, instead of jubilant, I tend to feel helpless. If we're going to do a big dinner, Alan is going to end up being the one that's cooking it, or people bring dishes. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't really do anything. And what I started doing in 2020, I started hand painting Christmas cards for friends and family, the near and far, with letters. And so that's what I did. I did watercolor Christmas cards. And I'll show you a couple that I've been working on. And you know what? They're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's my little bit of contributing to Christmas. And I have to start in October because I've got so many to paint. Somebody said, well, why don't you just paint one and then photocopy them? I went, no, it's not the same. I gotta paint each individual card. They went, God, you put so much pressure on yourself. I go, yes, I do. Yes, I do. So the other thing is I love to shop locally whenever I can. And Alan is the shopper. So he does all the groceries and goes, the drugstore, blah, blah, blah. But as far as gifts go, I pretty much have to do it online. And I really hate to admit it, but I just can't do the stores. So I've started going online. Now, for the grandkids and stuff, cousins, nieces, whatever, she does a pair of pajamas that she often buys at Costco or Eddie Bauer. And then she'll put in a gift card. A gift card for a mall even, because then they can go to whatever store they want. Well, we don't have that gift card for a mall idea here. But this time when I saw her in October, she had been on the ferry and she picked up a magazine, a Canadian House and Home or something. And in it was an ad for Watson gloves. Now, Watson gloves have been around since 1918 or something, and they're made in Vancouver, still are, and they make a gardening glove that's made from recycled plastic bottles, and they're waterproof, and oh my God, you guys, I'll show you a picture of them. They're beautiful. So I went, Jeannie, can I borrow your idea, please? She said, sure, because that's my friend Jeannie. She's like good like that. Shares her ideas. So I thought, okay, I'm going to buy gloves for everybody, but good gloves, and then I'll put either gift card or money in each one, or maybe if it's gardening gloves, I'll get some packs of seeds or something. I just got to make it simple, guys. I can't do it. And then the catalog came for Chapters Indigo, and I handed it to the 3 youngest grandkids, and I said, have at it, guys. Circle what you want. Well, of course, Isla, who's 8, circled practically everything in that catalog. Isla, and then 1 thing for Elijah, and then about 2 things for Eva. That's so, but it helped me, right? Because now I can sort of get an idea of what they want. And then I just ordered stuff. The older kids, they're going to get money. I hate giving money as a gift. Now, I don't know what to do about my all-girl Christmas party. I miss them so much. I miss the way that we can just share our lives and know that we're in a safe place. Now, I do have some girls over once a month we do painting or whatever they want to do. They don't have to do anything if they don't want to. I bring your lunch, I'll make coffee, and we'll just spend a couple hours together. And that, fills my heart with such joy because I was missing that social interaction. And I know that I have to be the organizer of stuff like this. If I wait for someone else to do it, I've learned it isn't going to happen. And I can sit here and go, oh, my friends hate me, nobody loves me. And then when I phone them, they go, oh yeah, we can't wait to see you. Get your head out of your and deal with things the way they need to be dealt with. I also, in next weekend, will be doing wreath making with my daughter. And I'll probably include that playlist at the end of this video because we do it darn simply and they are beautiful and they will last 3 months outside, really. And I'm not going to explain to you how I do them right now. If you want to see it, just watch the playlist of Christmas. And Alan bakes butter tarts and mincemeat tarts. I do my Christmas cards. I do the presents as I can do them. And really, this year, Andrew said, Mom, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, I want my bedroom painted. I don't need any more stuff. I just need help doing the things I can't do. And, she'll help me do my patio pots in the spring, that kind of thing. Because it's hard for me to do stuff. I'll admit it, it's hard. I've got 2 hands, but if they're wheeling the chair, I've basically got a mouth to hold stuff in, and that's about it. I do what I can. I do what I can within the limits of my physical and mental being. And I think the message I want to give to you is do that too. If you can't go and shop for everybody you wish you could shop for, and then you can't do it. And if you just have to put $50 in an envelope, then so be it. And that's the way it is, because Christmas, the holiday season, is different for everybody. Some people love it. Some people dread it if they're alone, if they feel helpless, if they're shut in and they can't get out. And if you know someone like that, maybe you could actually take them a little treat, or go and have a visit and have a cup of tea or something. They'll appreciate it, because the holiday season should be about giving of yourself, not all about receiving. And it doesn't need to be about extravagant gifts, because you guys, we are at the age now where I don't go out very much, so I sure don't need fancy clothes, and I haven't worn heels in 25 years. For me, what's important is people. People being in my life, people that I care about. I'll do things to my ability to do things for them. They do things for me. That's Christmas. I don't need to open a gift. I don't care. Getting that room painted, well, that was such a treat. Because in our bedroom, we've got my hospital bed, and then Alan's got his single adjustable bed beside. And then we had his TV and all the computer crap against the wall. And I was just like, I'm getting the room painted. And Alan helped Angela. They both did it. And I said, I need a cabinet. My friend Lisa said, look for shelving or sideboard, something that you can hide things in. They were coming to start the painting on the Saturday, and on the Friday I go into Facebook Marketplace. I casually look, don't find anything. I go into Facebook Marketplace and I put in sideboard, and bingo, the first one that pops up is 2 blocks from our house. Yes, it's available. Beautiful wood. I'll show you a picture. Done. And when we got it, Alan said, well, it's not as good quality furniture as our Drexel dresser. And I said, I know, but you know what? It's not precious. We don't need precious in our life anymore. If you want to drill a hole in the back to put cords through for your computer, go for it. It doesn't matter. It's not precious, because what I'm finding is the things that were precious to us, our kids don't care. They don't want any of our fluffy old crap, as they would think. And we know it isn't, but their lives are different than ours now. And I think, guys, it's the same with buying presents. What I think is wonderful for one of my kids or grandkids, they don't think it is. So you can't guess. You can't guess, and you can't beat yourself up because you can't do it. And if you're stuck at home and relying on someone to drive you around, think of alternate gifts. A concert, a small concert at a venue, going to a Christmas market, going out for lunch. This is a picture of Adores in Tuscany from years ago when we were in Italy. So basically, you buy your cardstock. These are 5x7 cards. Tape off a border, and then just use a ruler and a pencil to draw the shape of the door, or whatever you're going to do. If you're going to do trees or something like that, go for it. But I like wreaths. I like doing wreaths, and then I like putting little red berries on them. This is what I use for wreaths. Fan brush. You dip the brush in your watercolor mixture, and you just go in a circle around. And then if you want a little bit of glitter, add a little bit of gold, and then I put in some red berries. Really, you know what? It doesn't matter what you do. It's going to be beautiful. Roxy No, Roxy. These are the gardening gloves. So thank you for joining me today. I care so much about each and every one of you. I just feel like that you're friends. Sometimes I think we're just sort of sitting around having a cup of coffee and chatting. And that you really are important to me. I mean, God knows I don't do YouTube videos for the fame and fortune. It'll never happen. I'm too boring. I don't do enough. Whatever. Doesn't matter, does it? You're here. That's all that matters. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.